Hello YouTube friends. So welcome back to another video. Today I am really hesitant to say I'm doing a full day of eating, but I'm gonna try. I don't want to say it's gonna be a full day of eating, but I'm gonna try and show you guys a lot of my meals. I get asked to do this video all the time, and I'm about 5 weeks into my improvement season, so my macros are actually really high for me. So I'm like at 250 grams of carbs. So I wanted to more so just show you guys some things I've been eating, some new foods I've been incorporating as I've really been having some fun with trying to kind of force myself to incorporate some new foods into my diet now that carbs are higher. I'm eating a lot more calorie-dense options rather than like the diet foods and the volume options. So I'm going to show you guys some of those today. Give you guys some meal ideas, show you guys some of the stuff I've been eating. Of course, I'm still enjoying my oat bowl. You'll see that, but I have incorporated some new things into my diet since my macros have gotten so high. So enjoy this video. As I said, this is such a highly requested video. I always get, Lexi, do a full day of eating. And again, I don't want to say I'm going to try my best to show you guys everything I eat, but I'll show you most of what I eat. I don't want to say it's gonna be a full day of eating and then fail you guys and only show you 3 meals, but I'm gonna show you guys the majority of what I eat today. So enjoy this video and welcome aboard for the full day of eating somewhat ride. Okay, so I am about to show you guys what I have here. So we have meal one, or maybe you could say snack. I eat I eat pretty frequently throughout the day. So I would say I'm more of like a smaller meal person rather than like just a few huge meals. But what we have here, we have a whole egg, we have an egg white, and then we have some vanilla Greek yogurt. And then of course we have an apple on top. But what I did is I placed the apple in the air fryer, topped this with cinnamon. So it's kind of like apple pie. If you use your imagination, I don't know, it tastes really good to me. It really reminds me of apple pie and gives me fall vibes. So what I do a lot of times, not all of my meals, but a lot of times I will always make sure that you're gonna notice I usually have protein, but chances are I'm gonna have protein, fat, and carbs. So you're gonna see carbs from the apple, a little bit from the Greek yogurt, protein from the egg whites and Greek yogurt, and then some fat from the whole egg. So this is what I'm working with. Okay, so really quickly, don't mind my kind of messy kitchen area, but I wanted to show you guys something I've been doing recently. So I have a big sweet tooth, and I love these bars. They're outright bars. I don't know if you guys have heard of them, but they're essentially like a peanut butter based bar, but they're really, really small. It's hard to kind of grasp. They're really, really small, and they're very calorie dense. So one of these bars has, let me see, it's 25 grams of carbs, 14 grams of fat, and 15 grams of protein, right? So it's a pretty calorie dense thing. And now, not that I can't fit this in my macros are high enough, but sometimes you just don't want to sit down and you don't want to have a whole bar, right? But you want something sweet. So what I will do is I'll take one of these and I'll cut it into fractions. So sometimes I'll cut it in half, sometimes I'll cut it into fourths. You can even cut it beyond that. And then, when I want something sweet, but I don't want the whole bar, I'll just have a little piece of it, right? So if I divide this into 4 pieces, I'll just divide the total macros by 4 to get the macros for 1 piece. And it's nice because I think a lot of times we get our sweet tooth kicks in, and sometimes it's not necessarily that we're hungry. We just have a little sweet tooth and we need a little something to satisfy it. It's the same as if you were to just, grab a little piece of candy out of the candy jar, but obviously doing it in a different way. So this is something I do pretty much every day. So I'll cut this into probably fourths or a half, and then I'll have either 1 or 2 pieces that I work into my day. This is probably my favorite flavor. It's the mochaccino white chocolate. So it's like a coffee white chocolate flavor, but it's so good. This is another flavor that's really good. This is the waffles and syrup. So these are amazing. I think you can get them. You can get them online, obviously. Vitamin Shop carries them too, and I think some nutrition shops carry them, but they're really good. Very calorie dense, so maybe not ideal in prep. I did not eat these in prep, but I'm incorporating them now into my day, kind of just how I explained previously. All right, my friends, next up on the agenda, we've got a big bowl of oats. Who would I be if I didn't have oatmeal in a day? So what this is kind of like my normal zucchini oat bowl, only a little different. So I did 2 packets of oatmeal. I did Greek yogurt, again, just a little bit. So this meal is actually not going to be super high in protein, but I did 2 packets of oatmeal mixed with Greek yogurt, mixed with pumpkin. That's why the coloring looks a little orange, and then mixed with the grated zucchini. And then I did put a little bit of cinnamon and sea salt in it, believe it or not, because sea salt on everything is amazing. Just kidding. But anyways, I love sodium. So this is what I'm going to eat. I'm going to go train here in about a little over an hour. I know that this is a bit of a slower digesting meal, but it works really well for me. And because I'm not working out for like an hour, it's totally fine. So by the time I get to the gym, it'll be fully digested. But this is what we're working with. My favorite, my oat bowl. Alrighty, let me show you guys what I just had really quick. So I did have some rice cakes topped with, of course, peanut butter. This is Focus Nuts. If you've watched this channel before, you guys know I'm obsessed with this nut butter company. This is just the white chocolate. It's kind of hard to tell with the lighting, but it's nice and smooth, creamy. This one doesn't have any mix-ins, but it's still bomb. And honestly, you guys, I think peanut butter goes best with rice cakes. Okay, peanut butter and jelly is the ultimate combo, but peanut butter and rice cakes is the next superior combo. And I have this pretty much every day as like a snack, or I mean, I wouldn't call it a meal, no, snack. And honestly, this is one of my favorite little indulgences. It tastes so good, so good. So I truly kind of look forward to this little treat every day. Okay, little break in the video, pause in the video. I have to show you guys what I just got in the mail. I was actually not expecting this. It was a total surprise package. I got the notification that I had gotten a package. And I'm like, okay. So I go down and I get the box, and it was from my beloved Focus Nuts family. So let me show you what they sent me. So Focus Nuts, it's a nut butter company. If you guys are new here, this is my favorite nut butter company, like ever. I love them. Not only is the product great, but just the customer service is amazing. But they have 2 new exclusive fall flavors. So first one is Basic Pumpkin Batch. So we have this one, and it has pumpkin pie on it. So I assume it's going to be like just a pumpkin-y pie flavor. I don't think it has any mix-ins in it, but we have this one, which this is Pumpkin Toffee Batch. Yes, Batch, which is like, I guess, you know, the term for like I don't know, it's like the fall term. You guys know what I mean. But anyways, this one I believe has mix-ins in it. I could kind of see like toffee pieces. So I'm not going to try these today, but they're going to go straight, well, maybe in my freezer. You guys know I like to keep my peanut butter in my freezer. It helps with portion control, but it's also nice to just like take it out of the freezer and enjoy it like fudge from time to time. But I do have some jars out of the freezer too, when I'm feeling more of like a normal peanut butter consistency. But I can't wait to try these, and I just want to show you guys that I got them in the mail. I'm so excited. So Focus Nuts, if you're watching, I doubt they are, thank you so much. Okie dokie, friends. So we have la dinner right here. Doesn't look so appealing, but I forgot how much I loved this combo. I have some cooked spinach here in the corner. It started off looking like a lot of spinach, and then, you know, when you cook it, I just put it in the microwave so it boils down. It turns into a little bit. But I have some spinach for some micros, because I have really been paying attention to my micronutrients. Not that I didn't in prep, but I've just, you know, been pretty aware of it, since I started my reverse diet. And then I have some avocado for some healthy fat. Got some rice, and I seasoned it with Trader Joe's, the citrus. It's like the citrusy spice. I can't remember the exact name, but it's a citrus one. And then I have some chicken breast. So we got all the rice, and it's kind of funny because I honestly don't eat rice at all, and I just started incorporating it because my carbs are higher, and it's a pretty easy to digest carb source. I mean, I could easily do 1.5 servings and not, you know, be affected, and then 1.5 servings is like 50 plus grams of carbs. So I just started incorporating rice, and I don't know, I'm having some fun just incorporating some new carb sources now that my carbs are higher. But this is dinner. This combo is bomb: chicken, avocado, rice, and spinach. Okay, you guys, so this is my little dessert. Now, you may be thinking that this looks like my protein fluff that I've made in past videos. It is kind of like that, but a little different. Obviously, I'm not in prep anymore, so protein fluff, I don't really need it. Protein fluff is a kind of a diet hack in my opinion, because it's essentially just protein, and it makes you feel really full, right? So now that I have a lot of carbs to work with, this is more kind of like, I guess you could say, a smoothie, but I do blend it until it's like really fluffy, as you can tell. So fluffy. So essentially it does have protein powder in it, and then ice, and then water, and then some banana. And I think that smoothies and shakes are also a really good way that you can add in and kind of hide calories. If you're somebody who struggles to get in your food, it's super easy to just pack a ton of calories into one of these. Obviously, this one isn't super packed with calories, but it does have a good amount of protein, good amount of carbs from the protein powder and banana. If I wanted to, I could add nut butter for fat. I could always add oil too for fat, like coconut oil in it to make it creamy. I could add as much fruit as I want. I could add full fat yogurt. So you can pack a lot of, I feel like, calories in one of these. So it can be a really good, thing if you do struggle to get in your food. But this is essentially dessert. So as you'll see, like I showed you, it's very creamy. So it looks like protein fluff, but it's a little bit more than just protein fluff, because now we're not on prep. We are in the growing season of life right now. Okay, so I forgot to show you guys the protein powder I used for that concoction. So I used PE Science Cake Pop. This is the regular select, so this does have whey in it. It's a whey and a casein blend. So this blends so good. Honestly, I credit the smooth consistency of this to this protein. I find that if you just use like a whey isolate, those just don't blend as well. I think vegan proteins can blend decently. I personally have never really tried blending a vegan protein. When I eat vegan protein, I usually eat it as like protein pudding, or I put it in my oats. But this is the protein powder I used. I highly recommend this flavor. Kind of tastes like frosting if I had to really put like a description to it. Okay, guys, so that wraps up a somewhat full day of eating for me. I think I showed most everything I ate. Yeah, for the most part, I think I did show everything. I tried my best. But as you guys can see, I am in my reverse diet. I am in my improvement season. My carbs are at 250 grams of carbs. So I have been opting for more calorie-dense, carb options. So like in prep, I did a lot of veggies. I still do veggies, and I did a lot of rice cakes too. Obviously, I got my carbs from other places too, but moral of the story is like now I'm incorporating, more oats, more rice, even a little bit of like protein bars like you saw with the Outright bar. So some more calorie dense options, because obviously I don't want to get 250 grams of carbs from veggies and rice cakes. And also I'm incorporating a lot more fruit too. That's a big difference. I'm paying really close attention to like my micronutrients just for fun. So what I'll do is like, I always look at my fitness pal at the end of the day, or after I log everything. Usually I log the day before, and I'll look at like my micronutrients to just make sure I'm not really deficient in anything. Sometimes every once in a while, like you'd be surprised you may be deficient in, I don't know, vitamin A or calcium, right? And I think it's just good to make sure that you're within range of those things. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Yes, basically, I do eat very similarly each day. So it's pretty easy for me to log that way. That way I don't have to get in and log like all new meals, all new things every day, right? Like that would be time consuming. So typically what I'll do is I'll log a full day, get it to add up to my macros, and then I'll usually repeat that same day the next day. What I sometimes do though is like I'll swap out maybe a snack, or I'll have a different, maybe meal one that day, right? So similar days each week, which just makes logging a lot easier. And I really suggest that for anybody out there with like a busy lifestyle, or just, I always tell my clients to do that. Kind of make your own meal plan at the beginning of the week, and then prep all of your food, and you can log the same day every day of the week. And like I said, if you feel like it, you can switch up little things within your day, a snack or a meal. That way you're not eating the exact same thing day to day. But I do find that that is what works best for me, and it works well for a lot of my clients too. I do like to make sure that I am always sticking with a 90-10 approach. So where like 90% of my food is just coming from like food that's natural, that's not like packaged. So you probably saw that, in my full day of eating today. Obviously I had like the protein powder and a little bit of the protein bar, but other than that, everything was pretty much, pretty whole, clean, and not that there's anything bad with processed foods by any means, right? But I do think that sometimes it can become sticky when you get people who are eating an insane amount of food, and they're just spending all of their carbs on things like Oreos, Pop-Tarts, right? Everything in moderation. I'm totally all for that, but I know what my body feels best, eating. And I also know that, for energy purposes, for digestion purposes, my body just feels so much better when I'm eating more whole, clean food sources. So you just gotta find what works for you. Still making sure every day to get in my veggies, get in my fruit. Always like to have at least like 2 servings, at least a serving, usually 2 servings of fruit, at least 2 servings of veggies. So I put quite a bit of zucchini in my oats today for probably like 2+ servings of zucchini. So I had 2 veggie servings there, and then I had the spinach at night. So yeah, obviously got my veggies and my fruit in. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Everybody's always suggesting to do like a somewhat full day of eating or to show you guys my meals. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this, and I will catch you guys in the next video.